welcome back to the Hollywood Actor's Guide to Surviving the Film and Television Industry. This is your host, Jennifer Lynn Warren. Let's start talking about the business. And part of being good at the business is understanding the position that everybody is in on set. I was having lunch with a very good friend of mine. I don't want to name drop, but they work for the Russo brothers. They worked on the Joker movie. They worked on all the Fast and the Furious movies. They've been in this business for 30 years. They have various titles, but they're very well established. I'm very lucky to have this connection. And we were talking about directing, and he's been kind of shepherding me and helping me to see how different directors work on different sets, because he's worked with everyone from, like I said, the Russo brothers to Scorsese to Spielberg. So he's worked with pretty much everybody. And I was asking him all these questions like, does so-and-so storyboard? Do you storyboard? Do they do a shot list? What does it look like? I have all these questions because there are some things that I'm finding as a director I'm loving, and some things I'm just like, I don't think this works for me. This just seems like homework. When you used to do homework in school and you're like, I'm not learning anything from this. It's not helping me, but I have to complete the assignment. And then some things are great and I want to spend my time on that. And he said to me, he goes, the question that every single director asks me, he's like, every single one of them, doesn't matter how many awards they have, nothing, because they know I've worked with so many people. They want to know how the other directors do things. And he's like, think about this. Directors never work with directors. They have no idea what other directors are doing. Just like DPs, the directors of photography, never work with other DPs. They don't know how other DPs do things. I was listening to the Team Deakins podcast with Roger Deakins, who's a very famous cinematographer, and he's constantly on there asking other cinematographers how they do things, because even though he's one of the best cinematographers in the world, he has no idea what other DPs do. And so as an actor, it's really good to know that every single director is going to be completely different. From your student film directors who might be a little eager or scared of you, to your technical directors that maybe they used to be DPs or camera operators and now they're directing and they might be afraid to talk to actors, to actors who have turned into directors who all they want to do is talk about the acting part of it. And it's really smart for you as an actor to just take a moment and think about what all of that would mean for you as an actor, and how you would need to adjust to that on set and what that's like. And it's kind of like, you go into all these different casting director rooms and they're all so different, right? Some of them are so warm and supporting and loving and they walk you through things. Some of them are cold. You go in, you get one take. They don't even say goodbye to you and the door is already closing. And it's because casting directors don't work with other casting directors. They don't really have a standard industry norm. And so when you're thinking about the business and who you're interacting with on set, it's not always going to be the same. You got this. Okay, some very important acting stuff coming up right now. We are still lovely websites, still being supported by weaudition.com. They are still our sponsors. And why that's important is, as I talk on here, I am on there all the time reading with actors, and there is an acting habit that I would like to talk about that I need you to stop doing, every single one of you. You need to stop stopping your auditions. You need to approach every single audition and every take as if it is a take on set. You don't get to call cut. The director gets to call cut. Only the director. And because there's no director there, you're going to pretend the director did not call cut, and you are going to keep going. Even if you mess up a line, even if your dog runs through the scene, you're going to keep going. Here's why. Our brains are very smart and very dumb. Our brains love to learn and they really hate to unlearn. So there is a habit that is very dangerous for you as an actor if you stop yourself in the middle of a performance, especially if you're having trouble memorizing and you think you're off book and then suddenly you're taping and you find yourself going up on a line. Many times it's because you've gotten into the habit of stopping yourself, and your brain goes, oh, it's safe to forget because I'm just going to walk back over to the paper and grab the line again. And so it is no big deal for me to remember these lines. On the flip side, if you are like a train and you're like, this train is not stopping, no matter how painful this is, I'm getting through this scene without looking at my sides, then the opposite starts happening in your brain. When you go to memorize something, your brain goes, oh, I bet this is connected to the scary thing we do when we go in front of the camera, and I have to barrel through like a crazy person. And so that will actually, your brain just gets used to being memorized, and it will help you get off book. So don't stop. And it's a bad habit to have anyway. You don't want to accidentally start stopping yourself on set. That would be a disaster, and you'll probably never work with that director again. If you would like to practice doing that, you should go on weaudition.com and use promo code HAG25, that's HAG25, to sign up for a huge discount on your subscription. Grab a reader on there that reads for free and practice not stopping. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat for our survival section. I keep pressing how important it is to take matters into your own hands and create your own material. So I would like to introduce you to our listener, Paula Rhodes, who wrote into me about this great success she's having with a film that she wrote and produced and starred in and is doing all the things. She's actually going to say it a lot better than I am. So without further ado, enjoy this amazing treat. Take the lessons. She's got great lessons to teach you about how to survive in this business and how to create your own content. So be inspired, listen in, and be sure to follow her on all the socials at Paula_Rhodes and at delicate_state.
Hey, this is Paula Rhodes. I am a fellow actor and creator. You might recognize my voice as Evelyn or Angie from the recent Resident Evil games. I love what I do. I love being able to be a storyteller. But I have a particular story to tell you, all of you fellow actors and players out on this crazy stage of ours, that might, hopefully, empower you to really take charge of your own next chapter. So, a couple years ago, I found myself expecting my first baby with my husband. We were very excited on a life level, but very nervous on a creative career level. And of course, as my belly started to grow, I got really nervous as auditions dwindled about how to navigate those waters and what my career would look like. And I think after a couple of complaining sessions to my husband, he kind of flippantly threw out, well, why don't you just make your own movie? And so I did. After years of producing my own content and even directing shorts and things that had won some awards, I realized that yeah, this is the perfect time to create my own vehicle. And the other topic that was really consuming a lot of my attention at the time was that I kept hearing the term Civil War thrown about in social media and in mainstream media as if it was no big deal, like almost daring our nation, collectively to run towards this. And my journalism degree, as well as my humanity, really kind of ruffled at this, because as Americans, the last couple generations, we have no idea what it's like to live in war. And as a video game performer, I can guarantee ya it's not like a video game that some of these people seem to be gunning for. But women all over the world, and men, families, they are currently living through this. And it just really called out to me as something that needed humanizing and painted as a cautionary tale to remind people that no, that should not be an option. It shouldn't be something that we're rushing towards. So I made this film. It's a docufiction. It's called Delicate State. Shot over the course of my entire pregnancy with a few pickup shots from my surprise second pregnancy. Look, guys, it takes longer in post when you have two kids. But my husband and I are the leads, and we're the entire production crew as well. Post-production, we brought on an amazing team. And I was lucky enough to find the Chimera Project, which female filmmakers out there definitely jump on that as a community. It is such a resource. And I was able to win the To Get Her award for some finishing funds to get my VFX shots. And we were chosen for a special screening at the ArcLight Hollywood by Slamdance with the Chimera Project. But that was spring of 2020. So plans changed. And we took the year to polish her up, and now I am so excited to introduce my film baby to the world. We have a world premiere at the Chinese theaters on Saturday, August 28th, 7:30 p.m., hell of a spot, as an official selection in Dances with Films, which, if you've never been, is an amazing festival, one of the top 10 North American fests. Definitely, if you have free time, volunteer for them, because it's a great networking opportunity. But I would love to see any of you who are vaccinated and comfortable at the premiere or following us on @delicate_state as our adventure unfolds. And guys, if I can do this at my most vulnerable, with no script and no crew and just way too much tenacity, then I really hope you see that you are able to do this too. You got to tell those tales. And also, if we can improve the national dialogue, bonus. Big bonus. That's actually, let's do that. Yeah, when I started, I had no idea how close this would veer to becoming just a straight documentary instead of docufiction, but, oh boy, yeah, I think the world needs this reminder now more than ever. So, again, I'm Paula Rhodes. My film is Delicate State, and as a fellow actor and storyteller who has aggressively fought back against that whole pick a lane mentality, look, lots of us are good at multitasking. I cheer you all on. If I can make a feature film over the course of my pregnancy, you got this. Okay? And thank you, Jennifer, so much for having me on. Go tell those tales.
Girl, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for sending that in. I know my listeners loved it. All right, everyone, break a leg out there, and remember, you are not alone.